Alrighty, folks, welcome to our NBA free pick video here today for Friday, March 8th. I was drawing a blank. I almost said May. Let's try that again. Alrighty, folks, welcome to our NBA free pick video here today for Friday, March 8th, 2024. Happy Friday to you. Weekend is not right around the corner. It is here. You finally made it. Congratulations. Happy Friday to you. Of course, my name is Brock Page, and I am clearly confused, and brain is not working right now, but I've also been dishing out free sports picks right here on YouTube since 2016. And of course, if you want to see which one of these free plays on this video that I actually like the best, you may want to think about signing up for my NBA package on my premium site. That's one thing I have right here in this intro. You may want to think about signing up for that NBA package. You're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. And of course, if you want to get access to all of my premium selections that I give out on that site, you also may want to think about signing up for my full access, all-inclusive chairman membership. Chairman members get access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my chairman podcast absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. I currently have over 1,340 members who are signed up and active on my premium site right now. And once again, it is patreon.com/BrockPage. But let's forget all of that. Let's go ahead and dive right into some free content, because that is why we are all here, to get some free stuff. So here we go. Hornets, Wizards, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Washington is -2, totals 225.5. And despite being favored by a basket here, the Wizards have yet to reach double-digit victories on the season. They're now 44 games below 500. And out of 29 contests in the Capital One Arena, the Wizards took the loss in all of those ball games except for 3. And aside from giving up more points a game than any other roster in the NBA, Washington is riding high on an impressive 16-game losing streak. They've lost 16 straight. They haven't gotten a win since the end of January. And they're facing a Charlotte team who's actually done a decent job covering the point spread here recently. They covered in 6 out of their last 10. And they do a nice job of scoring late in games. Charlotte's in the top half of the league in fourth quarter scoring. Now, injury-wise, Curry, Martin, Ball, and Williams are out. Trey Mann is day-to-day with that groin injury. Meanwhile, for the Wizards, Bagley's out. Shamit's questionable. Washington saw their last 4 straight get over the total, 7-3 to the over in their last 10. Giving the Hornets +2 over 225.5. All right, next game, Pelicans, Sixers, 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off. The Pels are -8.5, totals 222. And as bad as the Sixers have been, well, they still do a nice job in their out-of-conference home games. The Sixers are 8-4 straight up in their last dozen home games against the Western Conference. They're doing a nice job in the Wells Fargo Center against their Western Conference visitors. And even though Tyrese Maxey's been scratched here tonight, Tobias Harris, he's making 50% of his field goals, and he does average 17.5 points a game. He's been getting criticized in Philly here, but, I mean, guy's making 50% of his field goals. You know, he's getting nearly 20 points a game. Of course, that is a tough crowd in Philly. And, of course, newly acquired Buddy Hield, he continues to shoot well from three-land. He's drilling 42% of his attempts from downtown with Philadelphia. And they're facing a Pelicans team who has a tough time guarding the deep ball themselves. These guys are in the bottom 10 in three-pointers allowed per game. Meanwhile, on the other end of the court, well, the Pels struggle offensively late in games. These guys are a bottom 10 point producing team in the fourth quarter. They also do a poor job of shooting from the stripe. I know that doesn't seem like much, but if you put them to the line, they don't make you pay. They're in the bottom 10 in the league in offensive free throw percentage. Now, injury-wise, Dyson Daniels is still out with a knee. Maxey Melton and Embiid are still inactive for Philly. When it comes to the total, the Sixers saw unders in 6 out of their last 9. Meanwhile, the Pelicans went 6-3 to the under in their last 9 themselves. Give me the Sixers plus 8.5, under 222. Next game, T-Wolves, Cavs, 7:30 Eastern tip-off. Cleveland's -1, totals 208. And speaking of the total, we got two teams who play very tough physical defense. Cleveland allows fewer field goals a game than any other roster in the East. Meanwhile, Minnesota gives up fewer field goals than any other squad in the West. Now, the T-Wolves saw unders recently against the likes of Indy, the Clippers, and San Antonio. Meanwhile, Cleveland saw their last 4 straight stay under the number themselves, 7-3 to the under in their last 10. When it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game is being featured as my $1.99 daily best play on my premium site. But as far as making a free pick is concerned, give me the under 208. Next contest, Magic Knicks, 7:30 Eastern start time. Orlando's -2, totals 207. And I'll tell you, this is another one of those games where we have two tough defensive organizations. Orlando's currently the best defensive rebounding team in the NBA. Meanwhile, New York's in the top 3 in defensive points per game at home. Very tough to score against them in Madison Square Garden. And speaking of those home games, the Knicks are currently 22-10 to the under in their own building. And out of Orlando's last 7 outings, the under cashed in all of those except for 1. Give me the under 207. Next game, Hawks, Grizzlies, 8 o'clock Eastern start time. Atlanta's -3.5, totals 215. And I'm not sure if Atlanta's good enough to cover this number in this spot here. They're already just 12-18 on the road this year. And with the injury to Trae Young, I'm not sure they're going to be able to do enough offensively in this one. They're already a bottom 5 field goal shooting team on the road with Trae previously in the lineup. And, of course, Atlanta's big Achilles heel this year has been defensive play. It's actually been that way for the past handful of seasons. But as far as this year's concerned, the Hawks are allowing more fourth-quarter points than any other team in basketball. That's, of course, even more than the Pacers. And unfortunately for them, it's the Grizzlies who are one of the better defensive teams at home in the West. As a matter of fact, these guys are in the they're in the top 10 in the entire league in defensive points per game at home. Now, when it comes to covering the point spread, the Grizzlies do have a winning record against the number against Eastern Conference opponents. Now, injury-wise, Rose, Smart, Watanabe, Clark, Bain, Zaire Williams, and Scottie Pippen are out. Jackson and Kennard are questionable. Meanwhile, for Atlanta on the other side, Young, Okongwu, Johnson, and Bufkin are still out for them. When it comes to the total, Atlanta saw overs recently against the likes of the Knicks, Raptors, and Chicago. They're also 12-7 to the over against Western Conference opponents. Now, Memphis saw 6 out of their last 9 get over the line themselves. Give me the Grizzlies plus 3.5, over 215. All right, next matchup, Heat Thunder, 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off. OKC's -8, totals 224. Now, OKC's gotten the W in 8 out of their last 10. They went 7-3 against the point spread during that time frame. And even though they get a lot of attention on offense, it's their defensive effort that's been borderline elite at times. OKC's leading the NBA in blocks per game. They're also forcing 16 turnovers a game on D. That's also best in the NBA. And unfortunately for Miami, they've had a tough time offensively this year, especially on the road. These guys are a bottom 3 point producing team in their travels. When it comes to shooting the basketball, they're also in the bottom 3 in field goals made per game. Now, injury-wise, Love and Hero are both inactive for the Heat. When it comes to the total, 7 out of Miami's last 10 contests did stay under the number. They're also 23-9 to the under as the official road team. Meanwhile, OKC saw unders recently against the likes of the Lakers, Suns, and Rockets twice. Give me OKC -8, under 224. Next contest, Rockets Blazers, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Houston's -5.5, totals 218. And even though the Rockets haven't been great on the road this year, I do think their defensive effort is going to prevail in this one. They are in the top 5 in field goals allowed per game. And when it comes to guarding the 3-ball, they really do contest those long-range shots. Tough to shoot the long ball against them. They're in the top 3 in the NBA right now in defensive three-point percentage. And I'll tell you, that's especially bad news for a Portland team who averages only 108 points a night in the Moda Center. When it comes to shooting the basketball, there's actually only one other team in the NBA who shoots worse from the field than Portland. Now, injury-wise, Grant, Walker, Ayton, Kamara, and Henderson are all questionable for the Blazers. Keep an eye on them. And, of course, Brogdon and Sharp are still out. Now, for Houston on the other side, they're pretty healthy at the moment, except for Jeff Green. He's questionable with that knee injury. 7 out of Houston's last 10 ball games did fall under the number. They're also 63% to the under in their in-conference road games. Now, Portland on the other side, they saw unders recently against the likes of the Grizzlies, Heat, and Hornets. Give me Houston -5.5, under 218. And with that, folks, we're going to jump into our next and final breakdown for the video. Going to be in that Bucks-Lakers game, 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off. Milwaukee's -1.5, totals 232. When it comes to the total in this one, we do have scorers on both ends of the court. Giannis is averaging over 30 points a game for Milwaukee. Anthony Davis makes 56% of his field goal attempts for the Lakers. Now, the Lakers also saw overs in 3 out of their last 4. Overs against the likes of the Kings, Nuggets, and Washington. And when it comes to selecting a winner in this one, this game is being featured as my extra daily pick on my premium site. But as far as making a free play is concerned, give me the over 232. And with that, folks, now it's time for our quick pick recap. Give me the Hornets +2, over 225.5, Sixers +8.5, under 222. I like the under 208 in the Minnesota-Cleveland game. I like the under 207 in the Magic-Knicks game. Grizzlies +3.5, over 215. Thunder -8, under 224. Rockets -5.5, under 218. Give me the over 232 in the Bucks-Lakers game. And with that, folks, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my premium site. Now, if you do end up getting a membership here today on patreon.com/BrockPage, just a friendly reminder, you're going to get access to that membership every single day for the next 30 days. As an added bonus, you're also going to get access to all of my cheaper memberships absolutely free. They're going to be included with your purchase. That's why I always tell folks that Chairman Package, it's a full access, all-inclusive membership. Gives you access to every single premium selection of mine, every single package, every single day for the next 30 days. And as an added bonus, you also get access to my Chairman podcast, absolutely free. It's included with your purchase. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on the free video. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, folks, happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my premium site at patreon.com/BrockPage.